Hi, this is Angela Taylor with Taylor Homestead Soap. And today's video, not a soap video, the fourth video of every month I make into some type of yarn, fiber, spinning, something. And so today's video is going to be a spinning, dyeing type thing. So you get to see my spinning wheel, etc. If you're interested, keep on watching. But I wanted to share something with you that I found on Facebook that was really good, and it does pertain to these times in our hearts. So this is called Carrots, Eggs, and Coffee. After I read this to you, you'll never look at a piece of carrot, eggs, or coffee in the same way. And I'm going to paraphrase some of this because it is a little bit long and tedious. A daughter was talking to her mother about how hard life was right now, and that she was tired of struggling, and she was tired of fighting, and she was tired of how one problem got solved and another problem arose. And so her mother took her to a pot, and in the pot she put carrots and boiled them. In the second pot she put in eggs and boiled them. In the third pot she put in coffee beans and she boiled them, all for the same amount of time and all at the same temperature. And so what she found out, she said, "Daughter, what do you see?" And she said, "Well, Mom, I see cooked carrots, boiled eggs, and coffee that's been ladled out of the pot." She said, "Okay." Her mother explained that each of these objects had faced the same adversity, boiling water. Each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong and hard and unrelenting. However, after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its insides became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. After they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. "Which are you?" she asked her daughter. "When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a carrot, an egg, or coffee?" Think of this. Which am I? Am I the carrot that seems strong, but with pain and adversity do I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I the egg that starts with a malleable heart, but changes with the high heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after a death, a breakup, a financial hardship, or some other trial, have I become hardened and stiff? Does my shell look the same, but on the inside I'm bitter and tough with a stiff spirit and a hardened heart? Or am I the coffee bean? The bean actually changes the hot water, the very circumstance that brings the pain. When the water gets hot, it releases the fragrance and flavor. If you're like a bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation. Around you, when the hours the darkest and trials are their greatest, do you elevate yourself to another level? How do you handle adversity? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? The happiest of people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the most of everything that comes along their way. When you were born, you were crying and everyone around you was smiling. Live your life so at the end, you're the one smiling and everyone else is crying. May we all be coffee. Food for thought. If you like what you're seeing on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and comment below. Thank you for watching. Alright folks, so I'm doing something I have never done before. It's not soap related. Remember, the very last video of the month is going to be something oriented to yarn or dyeing or spinning or fiber of some kind. So today I'm going to use, this is my colorant. Ready? So my colorant is, I can't even say it. It looks so fancy. There it is. Jacquard acid dyeing, and I'm going to be dyeing some alpaca fiber that I spun up. So it's a single ply right now, but I want to make it into a double ply. So what I'm going to do is put just a small amount of this pretty purple stuff into here, and it says to stir. So that's what I'm doing. We shall see. Never done this before. And then what it said to do is to mix it. So I'm going to mix it. Take a temp reading and get it to 180 to 200 degrees. So before I put my alpaca in. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing. So this is all alpaca, and it's all different colors. And the goal is to get a different array of purples in here. So I want some dark and some light and some really dark and some really light in here, the best that I can. So I just took a bunch of my alpaca, just odds and ends fiber, and I simply spun it up. So what I'm going to do now is, this water's not hot yet, is I'm just going to immerse this in here. And then what it wants me to do is to turn this up to 180 to 200 degrees. So we'll see how this goes. All right, it's also said to stir frequently. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to stir frequently. Like I said, you're coming on this journey with me. I've never done this before. Never ever have I done this. So, ooh, see, it's gonna be some really dark and some light. I'm digging it. I like it. And I did band it so that it's not like, wouldn't that be awful to have like a large string that never gets wound back up again? Oh my word. Yeah, no, that would be awful. So you might be wondering, why, Taylor, are you doing that to that beautiful alpaca? This is why. This is roving that I got from an alpaca show, but I only had enough to do a 6-ounce bobbin of single ply, and I wanted to make it a double ply. So what I did is I took the odds and end roving that I already had of alpaca, and I'm going to do it, hopefully this light purple. I don't want it to be, well, it's going to be kind of piecemeal, right? Some dark, some light, some in the middle, right? So, and then I'm going to ply it with this beautiful stuff. All alpaca, just different colors. So, yay. And Miss Kate Seidel from Double Up Farm gave me just a little bit of her very nice dye. She had just a teeny bit of this purple dye left. And I was like, she was like, you can have that? And I was like, well, you're kidding? Nope. Cool. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I just got just a little bitty bit. Like, this was just like, look. A little bit. She'd used all that, and I just got just a teeny piece of it. So, which is cool with me, because I've never done this before. So I just wanted to experiment just a little bit. So we're just going to let it keep going. Temperature, let's see. Temperature check. Ooh, it's 95 degrees already. Look at that. So it's just taking forever. So I've added the vinegar now to this to set the dye. And I keep taking the temperature. Now the cool thing is the water is now turned pink instead of being purple. So I have to leave it at this constant temperature for 30 minutes, and then I can take it out and wash it out. All right, so I have let this set for 30 minutes, and I am putting lukewarm water into it, and because I can't, it's a little hot to touch still, but the goal is to let it go until it runs totally clear. And you can see already it's pretty clear. So we're going to keep doing this, and I'm going to let it set out to dry. Before I start plying the rest of this, I wanted to show you what this has turned into. So the things that I dyed, I plied with the other alpaca that I had spun up, and this is what it's turned into. Look at that. So all those dark color, light colors has turned into different shades of purple, and then I have plied it together and made it into this beautiful stuff. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to show you how I take, what I'm doing now is I'm taking this, which is the alpaca that I got from the Alpaca Fiber Show, and I spun this up on this spinning wheel. That's one bobbin. This bobbin is the bobbin that you saw me coloring. Now, I will put a disclaimer in here. I've got some of these going on here. And the reason that I have this stuff going on in here is because I made a huge mess out of the original winding of this. So what I did is I wound it up around my hand and my elbow. Bad mistake, bad mistake, bad mistake. Don't do that. And when I put it in to get all nice and purpled up, it got all wadded up. It got all wadded up. and then trying to dry it and trying to unwind it to put it on the bottom was a ready nightmare. It took me 3 days, to unwind it and put it on a bobbin. So I won't do that again. I will be, for my sanity, be dyeing it as roving and spinning it in the color as opposed to doing what I did. So awful, don't do that. So this is what I'm playing again. Now this is just one of the 2 strands that I'm playing together, and I'll just cut that. It won't be such a big deal. So here's how this works. All right, so this is how I thread. This is called the flyer, and this is the bobbin. What I do with it is I put it under. You can see here, I have to put it through this hole. Right here. There it goes. And then what I have to do, I do it in a kind of a weird way. I put it around this way, kind of around, well, like underneath the wood piece here. And then I put it over through here. And then I take this, I'm going to scooch it back a little bit so you can see. And what I do is I stick it through this hole right here. You stick it through the hole, and I put this, I attach it on, and I pull it through. See how that rolls right there? All right, so I'm going to put my fiber in this. And remember, when I spun this, my wheel went this way. When you ply, you have to go the opposite way. Now my wheel is going to go this way. So watch this, friends. My wheel's going to go this way, hopefully. Here we go. And it's just going to spin in on itself and take itself onto the wheel. Just like so. My husband asked me the other day, why are you pulling it out? I said, honey, I'm not pulling it out. I'm actually putting it in. He's like, it's an illusion. It is kind of an illusion. It is just like an illusion. So I just keep twisting it, and I'm doing the opposite direction. I don't know what it is. There's something really soothing about this. And you can see it's spinning its inlet stuff. Look at this. And then I move it again. All right, I just keep it just like this. I'm going to do it again. Ready? I wanted to show you what I did. I don't have a nitty knotty. Like to have a nitty knotty, but I don't have one right now. And so I took this crate and I wrapped the yarn around it. And then I will take this off, and I have found that if you bind it together in 4 different places, that it keeps it nice and neat. So anyway, you don't have to have a nitty knotty in order to, you know, wrap your yarn around. You can find different things in the house, like I found this crate and just wrapped it around.
And remember, you are loved. Go be a blessing for someone else today.